Britney Spears and Sam Asghari brought the government into their relationship last June, getting married in an intimate venue after meeting back in 2016 on the set of her Slumber Party music video. Now people have been speculating over whether this union was seriously going to stand the test of time or if Sam had some ulterior motives, and it seems that people who thought the latter may have had some foresight into the situation. Without further ado, today we're going to be counting down the top 10 signs that Sam Asghari is exploiting Britney Spears. At number 10 is obviously the prenup blackmail. Before getting married last June, Britney Spears and Sam Asghari signed a prenup agreement which many say was in her favor. The contract stated that any money made before the marriage was protected, meaning that Sam wouldn't see a dime of that circus money. But after filing for divorce last Wednesday, Sam seemed to have some second thoughts about signing this agreement, releasing a threat to blackmail Spears if she does not agree to renegotiate, allegedly saying that if he was not financially compensated for the divorce in way of spousal support and reimbursement for attorney fees, he will leak, quote, extraordinarily embarrassing information about the singer. Many people have begun to speculate that this abrupt change of pace is a show of Sam's true character and intentions with his marriage to Britney, accusing him of just wanting notoriety and easy into movie work and money, going so far as to call him a parasite, which given the facts of the matter, I tend to agree with. At number 9 is reports that say that Sam was not sleeping in their house. Now, a few days ago, TMZ released news that Sam has reportedly moved out of his and Britney's mansion, allegedly living in a place of his own as of late, but is reportedly not paying for it himself. Instead, Britney is for some reason paying the $10,000 a month for Sam to live in one of the most high-end apartment buildings in Los Angeles. Sources said that Britney's handlers say that this was a wise gesture to make since Sam was already challenging the prenup, which will probably end with Britney writing him a check for hundreds of thousands of dollars, so I guess this is her way of trying to make amends in order to lighten his demands, or perhaps the extremely embarrassing blackmail information he's dangling in front of her is freaking her out so much that she'll do anything to keep him quiet. At number 8, Sam was seen not wearing his wedding ring. After the divorce plans became public, fans began to look for clues, a timeline of sorts that may have pointed towards their inevitable end. Soon, details began to surface that hint at the split weeks before the official announcement, more specifically a surreptitious part of an Instagram picture posted to the site late July that otherwise seemed standard. Just 2 weeks before the divorce news, Sam shared a heartfelt picture of his mother who had just endured and came out safe from what he vaguely termed a major accident. He wrote in the caption, "Moments like these remind us of life's preciousness." He wrote, indicating his intention to momentarily retreat from social media to focus on his family. In this seemingly unrelated Instagram post, fans pointed out the conspicuous absence of his wedding band, and many thought that this was him dropping a clue that his marriage to Britney Spears is on the rocks. Lynn Spears, Britney's mother, commented under the post saying, "Love this," with a heart emoji, but no mention was made about the missing ring. Apparently, Sam hadn't been wearing the ring for weeks prior to this. Asghari's rep allegedly told Page 6 at the time that there was no trouble in paradise, reaffirming that Sam had just simply taken off his ring because he was, quote, filming a movie at the time. Britney was also seen without her ring while on vacation with her longtime friend and manager Cade Hudson, and her husband was not present on said trip. A few days later, Britney continued to live it up on vacation with no ring once more, posting a video set to Matt Harkey's London song on her trip to Puerto Rico, and notably still had nothing on her left hand. At number 7, we have Britney's cheating allegations. The rumors of the Spears-Asghari marriage being in shambles all came to a head about 2 weeks ago when Sam apparently confronted Britney about rumors he'd heard that she'd been cheating, and a source told ET that this allegation may have led to the decision of the divorce, since it came about after months of them reportedly not getting along. This confrontation caused Britney to walk out on him, and although we don't know if this rumor has any truth to it, it has reportedly caused a rift in their relationship, obviously. Britney is adamant on the fact that she did not cheat, denying every accusation surrounding the matter and apparently going through a lot of emotions because of them, obviously. Many have theorized that Sam has only decided to accuse Britney of cheating right now because if she's found guilty of marital indiscretion, the aforementioned prenup is rendered null and void, so it's suspicious that he decided to do so at the same time he's trying to get the prenup renegotiated. It's a really low blow to try and slander someone's character by making them out to be a cheater just because you want some cash. At number 6 is the age gap. With Spears at 41 and Asghari at 29, they hold an 11-year age gap between them. While not awful being as they're both adults, many fans speculated that this difference in age would eventually prove difficult for them. Although the couple said time and time again that this gap had no negative effect on their relationship, since in 2022, Sam took to Instagram while celebrating his birthday, sharing a sweet photo album of him and Britney poking fun at their difference in age in the caption. However, even after clarifying that the gap isn't an issue, many have begun to to discuss how it's hard to believe that a younger man could want to be with an older woman without any sort of financial or fame-seeking agenda. Obviously, this whole thing has roots in ageist and sexist ideologies, which may have people subconsciously believing an older woman holds less value than a younger one, and thus couldn't possibly be true that Sam truly loves her. But watching the divorce roll out and his behavior surrounding the prenup, it seems that Sam using Britney for his own gain may have been the case after all, which is incredibly distressing to watch. At our halfway point, we have Sam's cheating allegations. Although Sam was the one to accuse Britney of, and now understood to be baseless ideas of her being unfaithful to him before moving out of their home, it's now been brought to the light that the Femme X MB designer Morgan Osmond claimed she was in a relationship with Sam back in 2017, just weeks after he and Britney started dating. The designer posted and then quickly deleted an Instagram of her kissing Sam and claimed that he was just using Britney. The claims were then reposted by a fan on Twitter who wrote, quote, "Remember when Sam Asghari cheated on Britney Spears with Morgan Osmond? She even came with pictures and video receipts. We know who's the cheater despite what he tells TMZ." Fans quickly began responding to the post, with one writing that they suspect he cheated on Britney while he was in Vegas a few months ago. To not only accuse Britney of cheating to get money from her, but also take the focus off his own cheating history is absolutely nuts, and he wasn't even careful about it. At number 4 is the fact that they are no longer speaking. Sam was said to be Britney's main support system, seeing as she had completely, quote, iced out the rest of her family members for reasons probably due to that conservatorship she was in for 13 years under the control of her father. After the divorce between Britney and Sam was finalized, it was made public by TMZ that the couple are no longer speaking to each other, seeing as though they have no kids together and there's really no reason for them to sort anything out personally. Everything to do with this divorce is reportedly happening between their legal teams, as sources close to Britney and Sam have revealed that things are far too tense between them for any sort of communication to be at all productive. At this time, it's possible that the relationship between Sam and Britney is so bad that people around them believe it's possible they may never speak again. There is also a growing concern for Britney's well-being. As I said before, Sam was her main support system, so him abruptly leaving her side was presumably throw her off her rhythm when it comes to renegotiating the prenup. At number 3 is Sam's hypocrisy. Reports that Sam just couldn't handle Britney anymore began surfacing earlier this year. Back in January, Britney and Sam were having dinner at Joey Restaurant in San Fernando Valley. Patrons immediately recognized her and started filming, which is allegedly what drove her to her subsequent erratic behavior. Eyewitnesses said that Britney started acting manic and began yelling and talking incoherently. Sam decided he had had enough of it and stormed out of the restaurant. Video obtained by TMZ shows Britney seated alone at the table and talked what people described as gibberish. Britney left the restaurant with her bodyguard, who had to return to pay the bill. Weeks before the divorce announcement, Sam was said to be, quote, at his wit's end when it came to Britney's erratic behavior, although publicly defending her from critics during the Free Britney movement. He was incredibly frustrated with her in private, which is hard to hear knowing that he had so widely supported her during her recovery journey, and slammed the Britney Spears documentary for being disgusting and sensationalized, going on to accuse those who took part in it as using Britney as a money-making machine, which in hindsight is a bit hypocritical. Our runner-up on this list is their blowout fights. Earlier this year, TMZ unveiled the documentary delving into Britney's life, the same one that Sam called sensationalized and disgusting, just so we're on the same page. This documentary suggested that Spears and Asghari's marriage was shaky, and the report went so far as to insinuate that the singer may have had physical confrontations with Asghari, and who seemed to be distancing himself from their shared home. TMZ, which was first to report the news of the split, said that these fights did not come to an end as the divorce announcement got closer. In fact, they got worse. The decision to end things did not come about due to Sam's confrontation over rumors that she'd been unfaithful, but also the big blowout fight that came after it. After the initial nuclear argument that Britney ended up leaving after, there have been pretty awful fights, including frequent screaming matches and even physical altercations, all of which were rooted in accusations of infidelity. Our number 1 spot on this list is the constant drama they were always in with one another. A source told ET News, it's reportedly been very toxic between Britney and Sam for a very long time, with incredible ups and downs, as well as irreconcilable differences, going on to say that it's actually very sad because Britney would be devastated if the marriage were to come to an end. The source went on to say that although they have problems, they still have a lot of love for each other, but they have a tendency to argue over plenty of fundamental values. The couple was also said to feel as though they do not meet each other's needs, and apparently the arguments used to be really petty, but as of recently, things took a bad turn and their arguments became more serious and more real. And that brings us to the end of the top 10 signs that Sam Asghari is exploiting Britney Spears. Let us know if you forgot any in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.